Hello and welcome back to another 5-star Sudoku from the Hindu. So again we are going to try using the Snyder notation as much as we can, alright? So let's get cracking. Alright, let's look at ones. Okay, not much we can do at once except maybe in this last box it has to be in column number 7. Alright, is that all? Well, in this box it can be only in these two spots because of this one and this one. Alright, move on. Twos. Can only be in row 1 in this box, but we have two options, so no. Okay, in this box there's a 2 here and a 2 here, so the only spots left is in column 6. Therefore, if 2 can only be in column 6 here, and it's already in column 5 here, it has to be in column 4 here. And in this box, 2 cannot be in column 7 or 9, so here. Now see, we have 2's kind of forming this X shape over here, right? So it cannot be in rows 5 or 6 in this box. What I mean is, if this is a 2, then that has to be a 2. Or if that's a 2, then this has to be a 2. So 2 cannot be here, 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 or here. So we'll mark 2's for these two spots. 3. Okay, can't do much with 3's, just the 1, 4. 5, okay, these two has to be 5's. Okay, that's a 5, fairly obvious. And in the center box as well, we have an obvious 5. That's all we can do with 5's. 6. Alright, so, excuse me, these two are 6's. These two are 6's. And what else? Okay, that's all we can do with 6's. Well, no, in this box, there's a 6 here and a 6 here, so we'll mark 6 over here. I think that's it. 7. Okay, so that's a 7, which is fairly obvious. And here in this box, 7 cannot be in column 7 or row A9, A6. Row 6. So it can only be in these two spots. So let's mark that here. That's it. What about 8's? 8's can only be in column 1 here and column 9 here. It can be in row 5 anywhere. Pretty much that's it. What about 9? 9 has to be in column 5 here. And I think, yep, that's it. Okay, so we went from 1 through 9 fairly quickly. Now let's try solving it as we go. So this is fairly okay. There are only 2 left. What's left? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 left. Okay, there's a 3 here, so this cannot be a 3. That's a 3. So that's a 4. Okay, so 4 and 2 are in rows 1, alright? 4 there doesn't really help us. 3 does help us. So 3 also can only be in column 2 here along with 6, right? So 2 cannot be here now. Once again, we know 6's are in columns 1 and 3 here, so it has to be in column 2 here. Same story with the 3, right? So 3 and 6 are definitely here, so this cannot be a 2. So we'll just remove the 2 from this box. 3, 6 locked. Right. We have 8, we have 5, we have 6, 3, 7, 7. Alright, so 7 cannot be anywhere in column 3 here or column 2, so it has to be in column 1, but there's a 7 here, so that's a 7. And therefore that's a 2, because 2 cannot be anywhere else now. Okay, now back to 7. If that's a 7, 7 has to be in column 2 here. Okay, okay, alright, so this 7 here means this cannot be a 7, that's a 7. Right, remove this 7. And therefore, here, this has to be a 2. Therefore, that's a 2. Okay, so we only have 3 2's left. Alright, what about 5's now? 6's... Okay, here we have what? 1, 4, and 9 left. Huh? 1, 4, and 9. Okay, so 1 cannot be here because there's a 1 here, right? So 1 has to be in column row 6 over here. Right, which means if 1 is in column row 6 here and row 5 here, it has to be in row 4 here. So let's mark it down. And therefore this cannot be a 1, that's a 1. Very good. Therefore here 1 cannot be in row 1, it has to be in row 2. Right. Right. And again, in this column we have 1, 4, and 9 missing, right? Let's look at 1. This cannot be a 1. This cannot be a 1. This one here, so that's a 1. So we have 4 and 9 missing, which will fill in. 4 and 9, which are the only two missing here. And even in this box, this has to be 4 or a 9, this square, right? So let's mark that as well. Okay, only 2 missing here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 8, right? 8, 6 and 8. Okay, there's an 8 here, so that cannot be an 8. That has to be a 6. This has an 8. And that is 6, right? Okay, now let's get back to 8. If that's an 8, this cannot be at 8 anymore, right? That's an 8. And 8 has to be either here or here in this box. Okay, okay, okay. And 6's, let's get back to the 6's. 6 did not help us much. What do we have missing here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 missing, right? There's an 8 here, so this has to be a 3 or a 4. 3 or a 4. Okay. And here, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, and 8 missing, but they can be anywhere, 3, 6, or 8. That doesn't help us. What about here? We have 1, 2, 3, which is here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this can only be 6 or a 9. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, this can only be 3 or a 9. Alright. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Ah, so here in this box, 7 can only be here. Completely skip that. Which means this cannot be a 7. That's a 7. We're done with all the 7s. Very good. Very good. Now in this column, 1 needs to be filled in, right? This cannot be 1 because there's 3 and 6 over here. This cannot be a 1 because there's a 1 here. Nor that. So 1, there's only one spot left, which is here, so this cannot be a 1 anymore. 1 here and a 1 here means 1 has to be in column 1 here, so let's mark that. Okay, what about 2? 2, 2, 2. Okay, here in this box, 2 can only be in these two spots. Alright, so we will mark that. Any other 2s? Not that I can see. Okay. Get back to 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 3 and 4 has to be here. Right. Here, alright, we have 3, 6, and 9 missing, correct? No, 9 is already here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Right, but this cannot be a 4 because it can only be 3 or 6, or this. So that's a 4. Okay, so now 4 has to be in these two spots. Okay. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now here it can 3 and 6 are the ones missing in this column row, right? But there's a 3 here, so that has to be a 6. And that a 3. So that's a 6 now. Okay. Okay. So here, if that's a 6 and that's a 6, this has to be a 6. And 5 over here. Right? So this cannot be a 6 anymore. That has to be the 9, because there's a 3 here, right? 9. And the last option, the 3. Okay, okay, okay. So now 3 has to be here. And 9 being here and here means that has to be the 9. So that has to be an 8. And that a 2. And this has to be the remaining 4. So that cannot be a 4. That has to be a 4. And that the 9. 9 here means 9 has to be either here or here. And it's here because there's a 9 here. And therefore, 4 and 9 needs to form a pair here. So what's left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yeah, 5. But there's a 5 already here, so that's a 5. Right. Therefore, here, 5 has to be here. This has to be a 1, so that's a 1. Or the 1 from here. There's only 1 left. 1, 2, 3, right. So that's a 3. Oops. 3. So here, this has to be a 3. And therefore here, this cannot be a 3. That's a 3. Right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 left. Okay, there's a 6 here, so that's a 6. And therefore, 6 has to be either here or here, but there's a 6 here, so that's a 6. And this is an 8, so that's an 8. We're done with that. What is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4 now. Okay, and here there's a 9 missing. Alright, so that's a 9. So that's a 4. So here this has to be the 4, and that as well. Alright, so that's the last 2, and that's the 2, and that's it. Okay, so it wasn't particularly hard again. Okay, the Hindu really needs to step up. Because of 5 stars, it's taking an absolute intermediate player like me less than 20 minutes. So hopefully The next 5-star will be fun to do. Fingers crossed. If you guys want me to solve any puzzles, send it across. I will have a look at it. All right. Hopefully you had fun watching this video, and I will make sure I'll keep coming up with more videos on a regular basis. All right. Bye bye.